Hello and welcome to a quick video with Lewis Toseland from Hive IT. We're going to be having a quick chat about apprenticeships at Hive and how Lewis transitioned from his apprenticeship to a permanent role at Hive as a junior software engineer. So thanks for joining me, Lewis. Do you want to start off by telling us how you ended up at Hive on an apprenticeship?
Yeah, I can do it. So I ended up getting my apprenticeship at Hive through a training service provider, or an apprenticeship service provider called Baltic Training Services. They're a company based out in Newcastle, although I'm not from Newcastle. It was I found them online, and they set me up with several different apprenticeships, which I had to go and do the standard interviews for, stuff like that. One was at a banking software firm in Sheffield. Another was a virtual reality walkthrough thing for like estate agents and stuff like that. That was based in Eckerton and Sheffield as well. And then there was Hive IT, and I interviewed for them all. Instantly loved Hive because it looked more chilled out and relaxed, and I liked the work they were doing. So once I interviewed, managed to get the job, and here I am.
Yeah, that was kind of similar to me when I joined Hive. I just kind of like the general vibe and the people. I think that was a really big reason why I joined. So how come you decided to go for an apprenticeship when you first joined Hive?
Well, I originally actually came from college. I was doing a course on game and software design, which was the only avenue I could go at this college to do software design. I was about a couple of days away from finishing my first year at college, and I just realised that this qualification, it just wasn't even worth having. It was a terrible course, and I didn't really learn anything. So I just instantly went out and started looking for apprenticeships. And dropped out of college.
Yeah, so you dropped out before finishing then, just because you thought an apprenticeship would be like a better opportunity, right?
Yeah. The window for apprenticeships were closing, so I had to do it quick.
And it's worked out quite well from the sounds of things.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And in your apprenticeship, what were you getting up to and what did you learn throughout it?
So my apprenticeship spanned over two different apprenticeships. Came in at a level 3, so I started doing a level 3 apprenticeship. Through that, I learned quite a lot of basics I already knew, but you got to work up to get that qualification. And then we went on to the more advanced stuff, which was level 4. We learned quite a lot of interesting things, mainly about stuff like process flows in project management. So like the agile workflows and stuff like that was stuff that we learned quite a lot about. But then we did learn some stuff about some useless things as well, like Java applets, which are completely depreciated now unless you use IE11. So it was kind of pointless learning about it, but there was a whole module on it for some reason. But yeah, I've definitely learnt more through Hive during the apprenticeships than I did through the actual apprenticeships courses. So being taught by people at Hive has definitely learnt more during that process.
Yeah. So you have like two sides to it. So it's like you're getting taught through Hive, and then who was teaching you outside of Hive? Like what was the course?
Yeah. So the course, like I said, it was split into different modules. You had quite a lot of different things. Can't remember all of them. Like I said, different workflows and stuff like that. But once a month, I didn't have to go anywhere, so it was a remote course. So once a month, I'd join like a webinar kind of thing for a whole week, and I'd basically just do college for that week. College, the apprenticeship course, and there would have been about 10 other people that were on an apprenticeship, and each day they'd have like a different teacher, and he would just run through a PowerPoint presentation, really.
Yeah. Why do you think that you learned more through Hive? Was it because you were getting like the skills right there, like you were having to actually take action yourself, or was it the content that was better?
Both, I'd say completely both. I mean, I'm a kinetic learner, so hands-on stuff is how I actually learn. But it was just mainly as well, it was the content of the course. The course was, I don't want to say outdated because it wasn't, but there was a lot of stuff on there which you didn't really need compared to, I'm doing at Hive, we're doing a lot of cutting edge things. Everything's up to date with like the newest frameworks and stuff like that. So it became really easy to pick stuff up.
Yeah. Were there any projects that you worked on during your apprenticeship that stand out to you now looking back?
Yeah, I was working on IFS, which was a really big government project before DFE. That was the first project I worked on. And that was a real eye-opener because it was absolutely huge. And coming into the industry, going into these meetings where, there were several other companies also working on this project, you just saw how everything really worked properly because it was such a big one to start on rather than just a little one. It's pretty good.
Yeah. So did you get given much responsibility to work on that yourself?
No. No, it was an important one. I all my stuff were little changes, which then got pushed up, and about 5 different people looked over my PRs to make sure that everything I was doing was right.
Yeah, I guess starting out, like, you would have been quite young, and if it's such a big project, you've not had that much experience yet. But it's still good that you were given the opportunity.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
Some apprenticeships, they might not, want to get you involved in a project that's so big, so early into it, I suppose. What was the IFS project? I don't think I've heard of it. Innovative
Funding Service. Honestly, I can't 100% tell you what it actually did. What it was for. I can tell you that it was a Spring MVC app, which basically just used Spring and Java to create this big, huge mess kind of thing. I honestly, I don't think I ever actually asked what it did because it didn't last for long. Because I think we were coming to the end of the contract as I joined. So I was only on it a few times, and then I jumped onto Sheffield Girls when that was first built.
Oh yeah. And when was your apprenticeship anyway? Like, how long have you been at Hive now?
I joined Hive when I was 17.
Wow.
And I'm now 22.
It's quite a while ago, like 5 years.
Yeah. I can remember, I think it was May 2018 that I joined.
And how did you end up like transitioning from your apprenticeship to going into your permanent role that you're in now?
Well, I finished my level 3, and then we decided that, we needed that extra qualification, so I needed that level 4. And then, I just I told Johnny and Duncan Marv that I really wanted to carry on here. And they basically just set out some, they were like, yeah, we're happy to take you on, because there was another apprentice with me as well called Tyler. And they were like, yeah, we want to take you both on, that's fine. So mocked us up a nice permanent contract, which was lovely.
Yeah, nice one. And that was that. And you're here now. What is it that you like about Hive in particular then? I know we've already touched on like the general vibe is quite laid back, but at the same time, it's like everyone's kind of knows their responsibilities, and everyone's very keen to get the work done because it's like a strong purpose and reason behind it. But at the same time, the communication style it's just like super friendly, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's kind of what I meant by laid back. But the main bit that I love, I mainly work on a lot of the small projects for charities. I love the tech for good stuff. I think that's actually doing some work and feeling like you're actually making a difference rather than working for some big, bad, evil company is definitely a good feeling.
Yeah, definitely. What tech for good projects have you been getting involved in over the last few years?
Over the last few years, I've think I've worked on every single Flourish project. Well, actually, no, I definitely have worked on every single Flourish project. So that includes the usual Flourish, my toolkit, suicide support guide, mental health guide, and money support guide. I'd have to look through the other ones that I work through, but a lot of my projects I do work on are the Tech for Good ones.
I don't know. I've not looked into it, but I feel like most of our projects probably are Tech for Good in one way or another, right?
Yeah, I think the majority of them are.
Yeah. And then we have the big DFE projects as well, which is kind of good stuff as well. Like,
oh yeah, the actual technology behind it and what they've created, like what it can do, is pretty exceptional.
yeah,
I can actually remember once one of the big features in DFE is the table tool. I remember when Nick first started making that, and I walked over to his desk and he had like a table of X's and Y's, and he was trying to work out where everything went. And I was like, oh my God, I don't even know what he's doing, but it looks amazing. He was like writing he was trying to work out where everything went, and it looked great.
Yeah. See, I probably have to stay away from some of that stuff myself because it'll just go over my head. Like, I'll just, do you know what I mean? I'll just be blown away by some of the work going on.
Yeah, I did ask him to explain it to me, but I couldn't really grab my head around it then. That was about 3 years ago.
Yeah. And 4 years later, do you understand it?
Yeah. Nope, still don't know what he was doing.
Yeah. Final question for you, Lewis, is what are your goals for like Hive over the next sort of 12 months, like personal goals? What do you want to be getting up to?
Personal goals, I would love to just carry on working on the Tech for Good stuff. Like I said, I love doing it. And I just want to keep climbing the ladder. I want to try and secure that, get out of that junior range and into the normal dev or software engineer.
Yeah. Go from like junior software engineer to just software engineer. Just try to get that junior word removed from the title.
Yeah, that is definitely a goal.
Yeah, nice one. Sounds good to me. Actually, I said that'd be the final question. It's not. I'm going to give you one more. Hope that's all right. What would you like say about apprenticeships in general to anyone who's maybe considering an apprenticeship right now? Would you recommend them?
Yep, I would definitely completely recommend an apprenticeship. I mean, university is good, don't get me wrong, but I would definitely recommend an apprenticeship over university because I don't think there's anything more important than having experience under your belt. I think, especially in our industry, there is no possible way to write an up-to-date course on through university because the tech's just changing that quickly. If you're there to just pass a course, then fair enough. If you actually want to learn new technologies, new tech stacks, new frameworks, stuff like that, an apprenticeship is the way to go. You are the most up to date. Plus, you're getting paid while you're learning, so there's an extra bonus.
Yeah, great stuff. Cheers, Lewis. Appreciate your time. This has been Lewis, our junior software engineer. I'm sure next time I talk to him, he won't be junior anymore. So yeah, thanks for coming on, and thanks to everyone listening. I hope you have a great rest of your day.